Welcome to Promote Profit Publish. I'm your host, Juliette Clark, and today's guest is one of our repeats, but so popular last time with her YouTube training that I wanted to bring her back. And I've also brought her back as a contributor to the 2024 magazine on ditching. Our theme next year is ditching the middleman, strategies to bypass book distributor fees. So welcome. I want you guys to welcome Fran Acero. Fran Acero is a YouTube mentor and strategist for mature creators, sharing how to optimize and monetize their YouTube channel. As the founder of the Senior Tuber community, Fran helps both professionals and hobbyists leave their gifts and legacy on YouTube. Now, let me just say here, today we're going to talk about something a little bit different than YouTube, but definitely something where you could use a little bit of what we're talking about. So we're going to jump into affiliates, power partners, and JVs, because I know as the economy slows a little bit, that we're going to be looking for additional revenue streams. So I want you to know what works, what doesn't work, and why. And we're probably going to have a pretty robust debate here because I disagree with her on some of these. So stay tuned for Fran and I. Fran, welcome to the show. It's great to have you again.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So you and I had a discussion a while back about affiliates, and
Yes.
I want to discuss a little bit too. I'll add some stuff in about JVs and power partners as well. I'm not huge on affiliate marketing, but I'm going to let you try to change my mind a little, and I'll tell you why I dislike some of the other things and really like the others. So you do a lot with Senior Tube.
Yes.
With affiliates. So tell us about that, and what kind of revenue you look at, how you put that all together.
Yeah. So I do understand that a lot of people have aversions to affiliates, and that's pretty much what I try to do is explain it the way I have it in my world. And sometimes people come on board and sometimes they don't. But I would rather somebody make that decision based on knowing and having some education about it and then deciding and choosing. So one of the reasons why I do affiliate is because I want to help people have other forms of income, other streams of income. And so they're selling their products. Some people don't have products. Some people become YouTube partners, but some people don't. And I want to give people the opportunity to make money right away, even if they don't have their own digital products. There are other ways you can make money. There's merchandise. If you want to put a store on YouTube, you could do that. And you can also have sponsorship. There are things you could do, but not all of it are people qualified for, where having an affiliate is something you could do immediately. Same thing with digital products if people do have it. So what it looks like to be an affiliate is not to be selling people, but to be sharing. If you have an audience, they want to know everything about you. They want to know what you had for breakfast today. They love you and they want to know, right? And so I know when I'm working with somebody that I admire, my YouTube mentors, I want to know what camera they're using or what are they using. And so why not share and make some money at it, right? So the whole thing is to share the things that you strongly feel good about, things that are serving you. And it doesn't always have to be a thing. Sometimes I'm sharing services. Sometimes I'm sharing other people's stuff and not collecting, but because I really believe in it. Just the way you would share a favorite movie or a favorite meal, and you get to get paid a little bit for it. Now, here's the thing. You're not charging the recipient any money to do so. They don't have to pay anything extra. And sometimes they get to save money by going through your affiliate link. So I have some things that you get 50% off if you go through my link. Why wouldn't you? And some people want to support you. They know you've been doing this YouTubing or any content creating. They know you do it for free, basically. And they want to support you. So there are ways on YouTube, like you could have a thanks button, a super thanks button where people could thank you. Or you could have affiliate products where they could support you just by buying it. I mentioned that my office was fried a couple of weeks ago and I bought a new surge protector. Somebody went out and bought the surge protector the very next day, the one that I shared that I bought, right? I did the research and they didn't have to worry about it, right? So little things like that. As far as what you could earn, depends on your audience. depends on the products and how much they pay. If you're going to be an Amazon affiliate, they call it an Amazon associate, for instance, there's, your affiliate link is only good for 24 hours unless they put it into their shopping cart. So you share something, they'd have to buy it right away unless they put it in their shopping cart, and then it's good for 30 days. And there's not a heck of a lot of money in that. But I've gotten affiliate checks as much as $800 by sharing somebody's program out there that they pay on their programs. So you could receive anywhere from a few pennies a month to several $100s, depending on how much you include this in your world.
Mm-hmm. That's so interesting. I've never had good luck with Amazon Associates because if you don't do it regularly, they cancel your account. So, and we've tried that with books and with no avail. So it's been interesting. Although I did make money. Somebody bought a vacuum cleaner, which I didn't even remember sharing. I don't even know how that happened.
Well, here's the thing about that. If you share about a book, and while they're on it, they buy the vacuum cleaner, you get the points.
That's exactly what's happened. What happened. I was just going to say that, which I was kind of shocked. But you know what's interesting too about Amazon and the affiliates is I've actually gone on when some of my clients have complained on Amazon that they got a bad review from somebody who could not have possibly read the book. And I'll go into and look at the history of that person and see that they've never ever bought a book before either. They bought, so for some reason along the way, they've just gone in and done a bad review. So it's very interesting the way Amazon runs everything.
Yeah.
So with the affiliates, you share a link with your audience. So that's a little bit like joint ventures, the JVs, where you're sharing a link. And here's the difference, guys, when we're talking about it. With the joint ventures, like it would be me sharing something that's upcoming event where Fran's going to sell something. If a person who used my link and attended and bought from Fran, she would pay me. The problem is a lot of times with JVs versus affiliates, you get big, ugly lists of people who will never buy because they've just opted into something. So in that sense, I do like the affiliates more, as long as, they're not being pushed as sell all the time. Exactly. Because I think there's really a downside to the joint ventures. You could make money with them, but you also get big lists. So you're spending more money with, MailChimp or Builderall or whatever, you're using as your mail server.
Right. So there's two sides to affiliates. One where your people become your affiliates and for your programs, and others where you use it for your products you want to recommend. So instead of JV, it's much simpler. They're joining to become a part of your affiliate program. They want to promote you, and they're out there. You have a plan on how you share anything that's upcoming, and they take advantage of it, and that's how they make money. Yeah. So that's something too. I become affiliates to some of the people I believe in the most. Yes.
Yeah. But that's a main point right there, is don't go out there and have a whole series of affiliate products that you're not using yourself. Because I think back at the beginning of affiliates, that's why people shied away, because people just said, okay, this is easy money. I would never use this product, but now I'm going to. And I actually ran into a problem with affiliates back probably before you were doing all this, 2014, 15, 16. Every year that I coached, a coach was having me sign up for things that they didn't serve me. So I'm going to give you a great example. 2016, Infusionsoft. She was making a bundle because everybody in her coaching program was using Infusionsoft. However, it was too big, too powerful for the people that were in the program. So you really do have to gauge, are the people that you're serving it to ready for that product as well? Because I agree, they want to support you, but you also don't want to create a revenue stream for someone where the product is not serving you.
It's not a good fit. Exactly. Yeah. I did the same thing because I find some of these CRMs very sophisticated. I love them, but it's not good for somebody who's just starting out. So I also have a program I tell people about. And it's because I had to think about my audience, not the one that might pay more or that I like best. It's about who does my audience need at the level that they're entering. So yeah, you have to think about your audience. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. And the CRM that I use because of the magazine, and it has unlimited email, an email list. I would never recommend it to anybody. I think it's the most horrendous program on the planet, but it serves my financial needs.
Yes, exactly. So there's thought that needs to be put into it. And I want to say that if you are planning on becoming an affiliate for other people's products, just having a link isn't going to make you a dime. Okay.
Right.
You have to talk about it. If you love it, then you shouldn't be afraid to talk about it. And if you don't want to talk about it, then you shouldn't be an affiliate. So you might want to promote it with a story, a video, put it on YouTube, say, this is something I'm using. I love it. Let people see your passion. And that's how people are searching for those products. They want to see your review, and that's how you can make money at it. I have 30 or 40 people, companies that I'm an affiliate for, but I can't promote them all. When I fell in love with them, I kept the affiliate link, but I don't promote them all.
Yeah. And you guys, if you've ever seen Fran, and if you haven't, go back to one of our previous episodes where she did a training. She waited till the end and she shared TubeBuddy. And it makes perfect sense for her to do that with, she's the senior tuber. Yes. and we just jumped on actually before I complained about something that I couldn't understand on TubeBuddy, and she pulled it up and showed me everything that's wrong. but it's something that she uses every day.
It's a tool. I use it every time I upload a video, every single day.
And I actually I've sort of taken them out of my coaching programs, but like I recommend Social Bee, but I don't have an affiliate link. I want people to choose on their own because I had that bad experience with the coach back in 2016. Yeah. When you're paying $300 a month for something that you now need a VA because you can't use it yourself, you realize very quickly that you're paying too much. You're not that big and it's not serving you. So
absolutely.
So do you ever go to some of those sites, and the name escapes me right now, where you can sign up for different affiliate programs?
Yes, it's called an affiliate hub.
Yes.
Like I belong to Share a Sale and Impact, and not because I chose them, but because the products that I wanted to participate in, they're under those hubs. And so I happen to belong to a few hubs because of that.
That's interesting. When you mentioned it, I actually do have an affiliate for something inside Share a Sale, but we dropped that product in our repertoire, so we didn't need it anymore. We used to be an affiliate for Green Envelope because we did launch parties. But I don't really care to do them anymore. They were big during 2020 when you couldn't do like a book launch at a place. So we would do them online. So it did service. They have these big, beautiful invitations that people automatically just open for the event. So let me just go into a little bit, because I guess we miscommunicated before we got on. So let me get into JVs a little bit. So I used to coach for a JV organization. I'm not going to say which one. And the reason that the way that affiliates are different than JVs are that, let's say that Fran goes out, she's having a big event, she's going to sell a big program at the end. So she comes to me and says, Juliet, you'll be a joint venture partner. So, well, what that means is that there is a landing page, I have a code, I send people to it, they sign up for the event, and then they buy something and I get paid. Now, the reason that's different than the affiliate is because now that person is building a list off the people I've sent them. But I also noticed that in the process, people wanted free stuff. So I would get these big, ugly lists. It wasn't like they were trying. Usually there was a free gift involved. Like, let's say if Fran was doing it, she did the ultimate YouTube guide. So people were going in to grab that, and they didn't necessarily show up for the event. So now Fran had this big, ugly list of people who wanted free stuff. Does that make sense, Fran?
Yep.
So it wasn't actually, and then we ran into the other thing with what Fran does with the affiliates. You get paid every time. Have you ever, none of your affiliate partners has ever missed a payment, right?
No.
Yeah. No. That's the amazing part of the affiliates is there are big companies behind them usually. With
Yeah.
joint ventures, I would have to rely on the person that I promoted for to pay me. And, we're coming into this area right now where the economy is going down a little bit. And I'm hearing from some people that they did a joint venture and then that person didn't pay them because they didn't have enough this month, enough money.
Yeah.
So that's the downside of that versus the affiliates
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah. And
And
so
I'm
it's more obligatory too. You have to, it's sort of like an exchange. You have to give and take instead of it's like a choice. It's more of an obligation when you belong to some sort of community that does that.
Yeah, and even that there's dangers in it. So like you and I have both, I would say what we do with Shannon Proceeds with Media Magic,
Mhm.
that's a JV where we bring people to the party, they pay. Only she does it very, very well because people actually show up for the event. But I noticed that even within that, there are a lot of people out there who, Shannon pays right away. There are other people that I know she works with that aren't paying her. So, it does you have to stay on top of it and chase it, which you don't have to do with the affiliates.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I did have somebody who started their own affiliate and they didn't have it done right. And so there was no measurement. They couldn't keep track of it. So, but I caught it, they fixed it. And, I don't think it's happened ever again. So it works out. I like it. I like it a lot because I love to promote the people I believe in. And why not? So if you're having an event and I say, oh, well, how can I support you? And you send me a link and images and the text that you want, the content that you want. And I say, okay, just send me everything and I'll go blast it for you. And people want that. I have 50,000 people and they want me to blast their stuff and I don't mind. And I'm proud to say, I'm not ashamed to say that I collect money off of doing it because it's just what I do. I will stop everything and spend, whatever it takes me to do, a few hours or whatever it is to do what I have to do. Yeah. So people ask me all the time to do it.
Yeah. Now, one thing about the JVs. So Fran explained to you guys about how she uses products that they're based around what she does. Mm-hmm. With the JVs, you have to be really careful because I actually had a big list unsubscribe because I shared a product or an event that didn't align with my audience. So you have to be really careful with that as well, because you probably know from building your own list. Lists are premium. Like when you start losing people, there's a problem.
Yes, exactly.
When you start unsubscribing.
Be mindful of what you're putting out there, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So how's that different from power partners? So I would consider Fran a power partner, even though, we don't have a formal agreement. I know Shannon does, Tracy does. There's some people that I have power partnerships with. Those are people you're actually friends with. Yeah. And, you're promoting their products. Now, those people make a personal introduction to me. And then if they buy, I turn around and pay.
Yeah.
So, but that's usually for bigger things, not what you're doing with the affiliates. So the affiliates, would you say they're smaller purchase items?
Not always, but like I said, I've received $800 for one sale, for doing that. So but for the most part, it depends on what you're doing. Like I have one of my senior tubers is a painter. And so she's putting out paintbrushes and canvases and things like that. She's not an Amazon associate. She doesn't want to be. She doesn't like Amazon. So I recommended that she goes to the people she buys from and becomes an affiliate from them. So yeah, she's getting a few dollars on that. So yeah, that depends on what you're using.
So where does she do that on Patreon? Because I actually am a recent painter, and I follow a couple of people on Patreon, and I noticed that they sell the kits and stuff there.
I don't know. I know she's on YouTube, and I know she does online sales. I saw her on Facebook doing online sales for her paintings. She does online and local classes, and she teaches beginners for acrylics.
Oh, wow. Is it Michelle the Painter?
No, her name. Her name is Sharon, and I can leave you her link if you want to, but she's a acrylic painter.
That's hilarious. I follow a lot of Michelle the Painter.
Oh, She's Sharon Durbin, but she has another last name, and that's why I'm embarrassed to say I can't remember.
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed.
But you can look up Sharon Durbin, and there's another name after it.
But you bring up an excellent point. You can go over to Patreon and do some of this stuff as well. And
Yeah.
I would bet if I went over, she's on Patreon because they have memberships over there.
Yeah, she
as
does have a
well.
membership, so I don't know where she manages, but very likely she does. Graves is
Yeah.
her last name, Sharon Durbin Graves. Thank you for
Okay.
giving me time to come back to my senses.
No, that's okay. I'm going to write it down. Sharon Durbin
Durbin
Graves.
Graves.
I will
Yes.
check it out because I follow a lot of it practicing now. So I
Okay, great.
had no idea what was going on over on Patreon either. So the power partnerships are a little bit different. They're people and they're people also like you're part of Shannon Procese's group. You're one of the mentors on there. So for me, you would be a great person. And I think I have sent people to you. I don't know if they purchased or not, but it's that kind of thing where I make a personal introduction. This is my friend Fran, and this is what she does. And, she might be able to help you with a certain thing. So it's a little bit different in that sense. And I have really big ticket items. So literally, like I've paid people, $1,000 for referrals and stuff. And I do that right away. So there are different things that you can do, so what are some of the other hubs for affiliates?
There's Impact, there's Share a Sale, there used to be Commission Junction or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And geez, I probably belong to a few of them. I can't think of offhand, but there's plenty. Oh, and then you have ClickBank, and that's a big one. And gosh, a lot. There are a lot of them because affiliate marketing is bigger than you would know. There are actually hubs out there, if you're an affiliate marketer, where you can put all of your affiliate links with all your notes and images so people could see what you're referring and why. You can actually make these little mini websites of just your affiliates.
Yeah. Actually, I think I have one I just went to Chris Johnson for LifeWave, and now I have my own site, which I don't do stuff like that. But, if I referred somebody, I would refer them to my site, and then I would make commission and Chris would make commission.
Yes.
So,
and you can refer that site, or you could have a resource page just on your website if you want to. And just say, for anybody who wants to know, what I do, these are my supplies. This is what I use every day. And, you can use it or not. And then they have a link. That's all. You can promote just the link to your page. I'll bet you there's a plugin for it to help you to make it even easier.
If you probably for your website. Yeah, I bet there is.
To build an affiliate page.
Yeah. So do you do it when you go out and talk, or how do you spread the word about it?
As appropriate, like TubeBuddy is always in the conversation, but when I find something, I found Oculus Clip a couple of weeks ago that turns long form video into short form in minutes, and everybody's paying for this to be done, and it costs $100 for the whole year. And I was so in love with it. It made me 46 clips, 1 minute clips out of 3 20-minute videos. I was so excited. I made a video on it immediately. Like I was so excited.
What's it called? Oculus?
Oculus Opus Click.
Oh, I actually have Opus.
Opus Clip. Thank you. I'm thinking half VR and half AI. Okay. I'm in different worlds. But Opus Clip. And so I made it right away. So when that happens, if I find something, I put it out there, because if it's new, people are searching for it, and I might as well have a video out there for it. Right. And so as I fall in love with something, I share it. I'm getting better at it, because I've been holding on to links for years. I don't have that same passion. So I have to, reconnect with the passion I have for something. And as it's needed is when it comes up. And the group that I teach, the Senior Tuber Group Live, we meet every week. We are free to share our affiliate links there and on the creator page that they belong to. It's a membership. And so when we have something, everybody says, oh, here, try this. And this is my affiliate link. We just accept. That's what we do. And we support each other in that. So it's become our language. It's an acceptable language, instead of people going, oh, I don't want to keep paying her for her thing. Why not? She gave you a gift that you didn't know about. It's going to save you time or money. and she made, $5, $10, whatever it was. Wouldn't it be worth it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially with a lot of these new AI tools, because I tell my clients about Gamma and Opus. I have quite a few clients that are using Opus. I don't use it as much as I should because I use Podetize and they give me clips.
Okay,
But it's really cool because you can pull a short out in minutes.
Yes.
To go back and post and get interest with everything too. So I have a question about the shorts. I know you did a whole big thing on it. The shorts, can you do end cards and things like that on the shorts, or is that only for the full length?
You can't use end screens. I think I put in a card once, but I don't see it as an option anymore. They actually removed it as an option when I'm uploading. So no, you can't use that. But there are other things you could do to optimize. You can still put your description in, and you could put a comment in where if you put a comment in with a call to action, it doesn't sound like it's doing much, but it's part of the YouTube algorithms. They're looking to see that you've done those things. You can still put in, you might not need to put in subtitles because depends on who's making your shorts. The subtitles might already be in there. And then you don't want to have two subtitles.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, there are some things you still should do. You don't have to, you can't put in a thumbnail, but if you upload your shorts through your phone, you could actually just sort of like TikTok and Instagram, you can choose the frame. So if you have a frame that looks like a thumbnail, you can actually move it to that frame and then it will show that like it's a thumbnail.
Yeah. And we're going to have Fran back to talk about some of the other YouTube stuff. And you guys all, if you're following the magazine, and I think I told you in the introduction, definitely follow it because next year we're going to be talking about ditching the middleman, strategies for bypassing book distributor fees. And what Fran teaches is a great way to do this on YouTube because your book and a call to action for your book can be all over that. And if people are buying the book from your website, via your really supercharged YouTube channel, now you're signing the book, you're selling it yourself, you're maybe selling it with a one-time only offer for a program, and you're ditching that 55%. So working with Fran would definitely help your YouTube channel and probably your book sales and that ability to ditch those distributor fees. So
well, just think of how many people are out there writing books. How many people do you think are actually putting their videos on YouTube and working an audience? Not many. You're in an environment where you have somebody teaching you this. You're so lucky you belong with Juliet. And so all of a sudden you're going to be doing what 90% of the people aren't doing. Right. And that's going to give you an advantage.
Yeah, no, and even And one of the things I think that's really overlooked, Fran, on YouTube is the ability of fiction writers to go over. We did it on Fiverr with my son's book. We haven't put him up yet, but you can go over. There's something called Midsummer Journey, I think it's called. And we went over to Fiverr and we had his characters created. We're looking for someone to animate them. What a better way to supercharge a fiction book sale, which fiction is so hard to sell, than having these shorts of, what's going on with the book, action, and really getting people enticed to do that. So while all nonfiction authors should have a YouTube channel and putting out content, and that call to action, there's no reason why fiction authors can't play with it and do that as well, especially with the shorts. Nobody's expecting a full-length hour-long movie of your book, right? But the shorts are easy.
Yeah, and a lot of people are using the shorts. They might make a full where they're reading the video reading the book on a long-form video or a chapter. Then imagine shorts to go with that, and each short gets a lot more views, mostly. And those lead to the long form videos with Opus Clip and with the new feature that YouTube has now, where it says the recommended video that you can put the link right in your short. So it could lead to the long form.
Yeah. And for those of you doing fiction, Kindle Vella has serialized books now. So that is an excellent way to connect the two of them. You maybe read a chapter or a serialized version for Kindavella, which you're making money on, and then going over to YouTube and attaching that video as well to get people really interested.
Yeah.
Fran, where do we find you? You're going to tell us about TubeBuddy again.
Yes, if you haven't yet, download TubeBuddy. I don't know if you want to put my link on there, but TubeBuddy is the best friend. I use it all the time. It's if you have under 1,000 subscribers at today's price, you get 50% off if you put in raise. I'll get you the link. It's if you put Raising Star Buddy, I think it is, but I will give you the exact link. And it's like $26 for the entire year, and it's going to make your channel. It gives you your SEO. It tells you what you did and did not do based on the SEO. And there's ways you could put templates in there so you could set up much easier. It's a little bit of a learning curve in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's going to save you a lot of time where it might take you an hour to upload. It'll take you minutes. So it's really worth it. They can find me at seniortuber.com, and my YouTube channel is yt.seniortuber.com. And then over there, it'll lead you over to my Facebook group, Senior Tuber Community on Facebook. So that's where you can find me. And I'm here to help. So you can even book a session with me when you get to my site, my website, and book a session if you have questions.
Yeah. And you guys, it's worth it. I mean, we just pulled up my YouTube channel. We pulled up one thing and she told me every single thing that's wrong with it. So
I'm sorry. You know what I don't like is somebody puts out a quality piece and it's not, nobody's going to see it. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter how good your piece is if nobody's going to see it.
I get it. I get it. And you know what? I haven't really worked on my YouTube channel because I have more people who listen via podcast.
Yeah.
Many more people listen via podcast than they do the YouTube channel. But here's the thing. We're doing the monthly training. So that is a lot of times we send people over to YouTube for that monthly training because, you know, you guys are sharing slides and you're doing different things that you might actually want to see the visuals on. So Fran, thank you so much. That was super informative.
This is so fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we'll talk soon.